Hi, my name is Pamela. I've been attending St Nick's for a couple of years now. I'm an artist. I'm sure at some time all of us have wondered what Jesus would have looked like, and more what it would have been like to have actually seen him in the flesh, for him to look into our eyes. Throughout the centuries, artists have tried to portray Jesus. This is my attempt and how I went about it. Turin Cathedral is home to a holy relic, said to be the burial cloth that Mary Magdalene found in the empty tomb. On it, there is a faint image of a crucified man, with bloodstains caused by a brutal flogging, wounds to his wrists and feet, and bleeding from his forehead, which would suggest having had a crown of thorns been put on his head. It was in the 19th century, with the development of photography and a negative image being taken of a photograph, that the face in the shroud appeared very clearly. Since that time, it has been the subject of heated controversy. Many have said it was a medieval fake, a theory seemingly supported by carbon dating in 1988. I, along with millions of others, was saddened when the carbon dating claimed it was made in the 14th century. However, this just did not work for me. There was no way the image had been painted, certainly not in the highly stylized technique of the medieval period, when artists would have painted the nails through the palms of the hands instead of the wrists, which was the Roman practice. Neither was there any trace of paint, in which case it was an image left by a man who had been beaten and crucified in medieval times. Attempts had been made to make a painting from the shroud, but these always resulted in elongated and unrealistic images. But it was to be computer artist Ray Downing who would reignite the controversy and produce a completely new image of Christ. Downing, however, understood that the flat length of fabric had been placed over a three-dimensional figure. Using the bloodstains as reference points, he produced a stunning animated recreation of the face on the shroud. This beautiful sequence can be seen on the History Channel's The Real Face of Jesus. I find it a little sad that Downing has commercialized and Americanized the work that he did, turning Jesus into a blue-eyed American, very similar to the Robert Powell version in Zeffirelli's Life of Jesus. Nevertheless, I was inspired to create my own image of the face of Jesus. I made attempt after attempt at trying to capture the image on the shroud and never getting it quite right. I was distracted by the dark background, the mysterious dark background. And of course, I wanted to show the eyes, and the eyes in the shroud are closed. I always pray before I start a drawing. And this last one, I started with the eyes. They were the bit that really interested me. And this was the result